Well, if it isn't your pal, exotic MegaAbsol Blaze, and today coming at you guys with another scary story. So, as I said from the last video, so I know how. So about the last video, I thought I saw the two stories between personal injury and this story, Regained Island. It so just now I just looked back at those two stories, and trying to debate, like doing a debate on which stories, which one of them should I read to you guys, and as I reviewed those stories, and don't worry, I didn't read the stories, so I won't include any spoilers. But basically, I looked through the stories and trying to pick out which one is scary, which one is better than the other, and so that's when I came out to this decision with this one. So today's story is gonna be none other than Redang, Redang Island. That's that's a funny name for an island. And as you can see here, is well, first off, at this picture, I guess that's I guess my guess is that that's the picture of an actual. I'm guessing that's the picture of Redang Island. But as you can see here in this description, it says a scary story from France about a group of teenagers who go to Malaysia on vacation and hear an intriguing story about a nearby island that is said to be cursed. And already, right off the gate, is that's getting even more intriguing and interesting. So, without further ado, let's waste no more time and read this. Let's do it. So this is so so grab some popcorn and chillax, relax, and enjoy the story. And here goes nothing. This is Redang Island. Enjoy. There was a group of six friends, three guys and three girls, who went on vacation to Malaysia. I'm s- I'm sure that I said correctly. I'm pretty sure I'm saying it correctly. Malaysia. They were all very happy because it was their first real holiday together as boyfriends and girlfriends. Nice. From Singapore, they took a plane to Redang Island, a large island off the coast of Malaysia. In the Malay language, it is called Pulau 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 Redang. When they touched down on the island, they took a taxi to their hotel and started to unpack their things. There, that evening, they went down to the local bar and ordered some drinks. As they were chatting, they overheard the conversation of two old men at the other end of the bar. One man was telling his friend a very strange tale about another island nearby. And now my friends are gone, he said. All four of them. Two disappeared completely, and the other two committed suicide. I rue the day we ever went to. I rue the day we ever went to that wretched isle. Isle. The group of friends were very interested and listened intently to the old man's story. They say the island is cursed, continued the old man. It's shaped like a crescent moon and has the most beautiful beach you've ever seen. And in the daylight, it looks tranquil and serene. But every single person who has set foot on its shore has suffered a terrible end. The man who first laid claim to the island was a Malaysian by the name of Chiming Magat. Chiming Magat. He built a shack on a rocky outcrop where he and his wife planned to live. Shortly afterwards, he was murdered. He was murdered by persons unknown, and his body was found on the rocks, wrapped in a carpet. His wife drowned at sea. Years later, a married couple, moved to the island with their servant girl. Soon, the husband fell in love with the serpent, and they began affair. And they began. Soon, the husband fell in love with the servant, and they began an affair. When the wife found out, the husband and the servant girl hung themselves from a tree and committed double suicide, which was never quite explained. The wisest boat out overturned when she tried to leave the island, and her body was never recovered. The six friends were intrigued by the strange story, and the next day they decided to visit the cursed island. Ow. Ow. I don't know why, but it's like my mouth, my tongue is tired. Seems like I don't. Yeah, yeah, my tongue is tired, and some and my esophagus hurt. Yeah, somehow, yeah, for some reason my tongue is tired and my esophagus hurts. All right, and really, right after, just really those six friends, right after they heard that story, they just they just they just repeated, really just after those six friends heard that strange story about a remote island. They immediately decided to visit that island. Okay, well, it's we all I already know that everything will go. I already know that will always go alright. However, they found it difficult to hire a boat that would take them there. Most of the boat captains they asked refused to go near the island, and the others would not even speak about it. Eventually, they found a local fisherman who agreed to take them to the island if they paid him $300. That They paid him $300. That day, at noon, the six friends gathered at the dock and boarded a little fishing boat. For some of them, it would be the last time they were seen alive. Oh no. Yep, I already know. I already know. Yep, I already know that something is gonna go completely wrong. 10 days later, there was a front page story in all of the Malaysian newspapers. Police are searching for six young people who disappeared from Redang Island. Their whereabouts, their whereabouts is still unknown. There were pictures of the three boys and three girls and everything. Then, on the 12th day, a resident discovered the bodies of three young men washed up on the beach. They were completely naked and their skin was covered in cuts and bruises. One of the three was missing an arm and an ear, and the other two were horribly mutilated, but they were still alive. They were rushed. They were rushed. They were rushed to hospital, and the doctors managed to save their lives. However, they were unable to remember anything that had happened over the last 12 days. A few weeks later, two of the survivors died. They were found hanging by the neck in their hospital rooms. One had a note pinned to the chest that read, "The last survivor of the cursed island will also die soon." Let me rephrase it again. All right. The last survivor of the cursed island will also die soon, and then the secret will be safe. What secret? What secret is it talking about? The last survivor was placed under surveillance. He attempted to take his own life, but the nurses managed to stop him before he succeeded. The young man survived the suicide attempt, but he had completely lost his mind. They had to confine him to a mental asylum. When the nurse found him, there was a note pinned to his chest that read, "From now on, anyone who sets foot on the cursed island will be reduced to ashes." Since that time, the story of the cursed island has been hushed up by the government. The name of the island was changed and it was removed from all the maps to conceal its location. Any travel guidebooks that mentioned the island were destroyed. A few years ago, the last survivor died of a heart attack. When his body was found, there was a hastily scrawled note clutched in his cold dead hand. It read, "The last is dead. The curse is fulfilled. Do not look for the last is dead. The curse is fulfilled. Do not look for the cursed island. All you will find is madness and death." Jesus, that was really intriguing and creepy. So in the end, they're all the secrets have been looks yeah all the secrets have been revealed about the island. Yeah. So lesson learned. Do not the lesson learned. Don't ever go to Redang Island because you will not know what you might encounter if you go to that island. Just follow their rules. Never ever go to that cursed island again, or you'll suffer the same fate as those survivors. Like one of them died of a heart attack and also committed suicide and other stuff like that. Some shit like that. I don't know. Anyways, that's all, folks. So that was the story of Redang Island. If you guys enjoyed this video, please like, subscribe, and comment. And yeah, I'll see you guys in the next video. I might come back with a new story, which with the same with the other story I debated over, Redang Island. This one, the personal injury one. I might read that story for you guys. But overall, you guys know the drill. I'll always copy and paste the link of Scary for Kids in the description so that you'll scroll through all the stories and let me know what stories you want me to read in the future. So this was really, but overall, I'll catch you guys later. Peace.